Our mission was to reveal the faces of a secretive rebel group whose impact has directly been felt by Kenyans living in the northern frontier. No media had ever before managed to enter the remote interior of southern Ethiopia that is home to marauding bands of the rebel Oromo Liberation Front, OLF. When we set out for the 3-day road trip from Nairobi to the OLF base near the town of Merga, southern Ethiopia, we assumed that the difficult part would be our days and nights stay with the rebels in the bush. But it turned out that the most difficult part was airing the 4-part exclusive series.
Feared in Kenya, revered and outlawed in their homeland.
A week before airing the series, NTV sent out this announcement alerting viewers about the upcoming exclusive. But the announcement did a little more than just alerting viewers. It deeply infuriated Ethiopian authorities. A protest letter from the Ethiopian embassy landed immediately on the desk of the Nation Media Group Chief Executive Officer. In tone and content, the 2-page letter signed by the ambassador Disasa Gibrisa left no doubt as to what Addis Ababa thought of OLF. The letter dated 30th July 2009, the Ethiopian embassy described the Oromo Liberation Front as a terrorist group, then went straight for the NTV, stating that the Nation Media Group television series is, and I quote, part of a larger conspiracy to promote and speak for these terrorist elements in our sub-region, leading us to question NTV's covert and overt political agenda. The Ethiopian embassy later then accused NTV of harboring sympathies for the OLF and engaging in wanton propaganda to discredit Ethiopia and give service to the sinister objectives of the terrorist group. The Ethiopian government then proceeded to seek the intervention of the Kenyan Ministry of Foreign Affairs in an attempt to prevent the airing of the NTV series on OLF. The Kenyan ambassador to Addis Ababa, Franklin Esipila, was summoned and Foreign Affairs Minister Moses Wetangula was drawn in as efforts to stop the series intensified. Even though our reporter visited the training bases of the OLF, the Ethiopian embassy officials in Nairobi continued to question the authenticity of these pictures, saying they were taken in 2006 and that the OLF no longer exists in Ethiopia. They even claimed that some of the fighters in the footage were no longer in the movement. The embassy officials claim Falimatu, this female rebel member, is a shopkeeper in the Ethiopian side of Moyale town. They also claim that Geracho, who was conspicuous in the bush for his rugged look, is a refugee in Dadaab camp. The Ethiopian embassy officials, however, declined several requests for a formal interview with NTV. But the position of the Ethiopian government of the OLF was perhaps best expressed by the recent passing of the strict anti-terrorism law that is widely seen as targeted at dissident groups such as the OLF. In power now for close to 20 years, Prime Minister Meles Zenawi is having to contend not just with the political opposition in the capital, but also the shadowy elements such as the OLF.
When these people incited the violence and had their tickets ready to leave the country, that I think is stretching it a bit too far.